Hey guys, it's Unclejona here once again, back with a beer review. This one's a bit of an odd one. This is an American style beer brewed in Norway. So my good buddy over there, Tony Yates, American in Norway, he might recognise this one, and so might you. It is Hoppy Joe, and it's from the Lervig brewery, or the Lervig AktieBryggeri, which basically is brewery as far as I know. I hope it is. It's American red ale, 4.7 on the ABV. You can tell it's kind of this side of the pond because it's a 330 can, not a 355. That does kind of make a difference in my book. Look at that though. I'm liking these simple kind of traditional tattoo kind of logo, let's say. Hoppy Joe is this fish guy. Don't know why he should be. Let's get this bad boy into a glass, and of course we're going for a kind of pint glass here. Let's see what we get. I usually drink these beers out of the can, or I should do. I have done in the past. It's interesting. We're getting a lot of canned beers at the moment, especially in craft brew, which is quite bizarre. Let's get all that goodness in there. Now, meant to be a red ale. First thing we can say, get rid of some of those bubbles. That's not that red, to be honest, and it's not very clear. You can't see at all through there. Oh, lovely, lovely aroma. We're getting sort of floral, we're getting pine. Touch of kind of grape, and that's interesting. Not getting so much of the malt, maybe a tiny bit of kind of malt sweetness, and the head kind of disappearing a little bit, but I'd say that's a good sort of half finger on the head. Not doing so well with the head from cans. I don't know if it's just because it's from cans or what, but I seem to be getting a lot more head when I'm going from the bottles. Anyway, this is a fantastic smelling beer. Red ale, maybe 4.7. Yeah, not too high. That's pretty good. Now the hoppage in here, and the interesting one for me is the Nelson Sauvin, or Savon, however you pronounce it, from New Zealand. It gives it that kind of wine, that kind of grapiness, which I could detect on the nose, but it's also got Simcoe, which is classic, Chinook, which is another classic American hop, and it's got some pearl in there as well. Now, apparently it's not that hoppy. It's only 45 on the IBUs, and to get this kind of supposed red colour, you've got the pale malt in there, obviously, but then they've put a tiny bit of their caramel malt in. If you listen to certain podcasts on homebrewing, that is definitely a way of getting that kind of red characteristic in your beer. Just add a tiny bit of the caramel malt. There's the Red X as well. You could use that in there as well. Not the stuff you put in your car. The Red X malt, which will definitely get you more of a kind of red colour. I'll tell you something funny as well in a minute, but I'm going to dive in because that aroma is beautiful. Cheers and beers, guys. Oh, that is lovely and smooth. Then we've got a little bit of bitterness. Yep, you're definitely getting that bitterness clearing your palate there, but not too much. Not enough for your hop heads. And you're getting that kind of fresh fruit. Little bit of that grape, or maybe even grapefruit there. Even though we haven't gone into the Centennial or Cascade, you're definitely getting that kind of freshness from there. Maybe a tiny bit of earthiness, definitely a little bit of pine in there as well, but they're not very overpowering. I thought this was going to be a lot sweeter than it is. It's finishing quite dry. You could say this is, yeah, this is like a step up from a lager in obviously freshness and taste, because it is an ale, it's not a lager. However, there's nothing offensive here at all. I think that's fantastic. Wow, very well carbonated. But you don't really get that gassiness on there. Oh, lovely, lovely ale. Weirdly, if you hadn't put that that caramel malt in there, this would be a fantastic pale ale. Not an IPA, just a pale ale. I've had some very similar things before. Look, even got a tiny bit of the lacing on the glass. Head is hanging around. Maybe it's because I'm swirling it a touch, but never mind. The funny thing is, I was doing some research on Nelson Sauvin hops, and I started to type in Nelson, and obviously on the Google or whatever search engine you would use, I was using Google, you get the kind of predictive things. Nelson Sauvin hops is higher on the list on Google than Nelson Mandela. People have forgotten about him and they're more interested in the hops. I think that's absolutely classic. Wow. I usually leave my last bit to the end, but that was going down so nicely. Wow, I just thought I'd have it all. Look at that. Hoppy Joe. I will be doing some other reviews from Lervig. I'm pronouncing it all the different possible ways I could say. Lervig, something like that. But Hoppy Joe is one that I knew I wanted to try near the beginning. Guys, this is a fantastic kind of very clean, crisp beer. Is it completely a red ale? No, I wouldn't say it is. Is it an American style? Definitely, even though it's got New Zealand hops in there as well. I think that's a very, very nice, it's a nice pale ale. What more can I say? I beg your pardon as usual. Guys, this is going to be slightly shorter than usual because I just chugged that beer. Fantastic. We'll see you real soon for some more beer reviews, some more wrongness, and more of me, Uncle Jonah. If you like this video, please click like down below. And if you want to subscribe and never miss out on any videos ever again, I'm sure you'll be able to find the relevant thing to click on. Okay guys, cheers and beers. We'll see you real soon for some more beer wrongness.